Okay, hello. Welcome to, I think it's Sunday. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday. I think. I'm trying to reassure myself that it's Sunday. That's how lost this morning has felt. So hello, welcome. I don't know. I have my little weird wonky curl that just refuses to go any way other than abnormally across my forehead. I don't know. My brain is kind of all over the place this morning. And I'm hoping to kind of rein it in and be a little bit more focused today. I did I don't know. I felt like I made my thumbnails for next week. So that's at least one thing done that I can say yay, but I still need to tag the streams in YouTube for this coming week, but those are at least up on YouTube. So there's that. They're just not tagged. I pulled a card for this morning. So I did that. I haven't journaled yet though. So it's 2 p.m. my time and I feel like I haven't done anything today. So I don't know. It was just I guess it was just one of those mornings where it's hard to wake up and even though I've had coffee, it's just one of those days. I don't know. And I'm having a hard time believing that we're entering the last week of January. It's already the 24th. I just my brain is going how is time going by so fast? So that's kind of where I'm at today. So let me say hello to everybody in the chat, and hopefully everybody in the chat is doing a little bit better, more focused than me today. So I will at least cross my fingers that not everybody is as distracted as I am. So Charlie says, hey, I hope you are doing well today, Charlie. Alley Cat says, hello. Oh, I did remember to change my my block calendar, so that's a plus. Megan says, hello all. Hello. Hope you're doing well. CB says, hello. You're about to lose it with this story, honestly. Are you working on Bed of Roses still? Rewriting it? Better Days Zellers are here. Hello. How are you? Tessa is here. Hello. Need to watch time since you have a live scheduled for 5 p.m. Almost missing yours more and more. Oh no. Working on beta reader comments, starting a bujo, and someone requested a walkthrough of 2021. Yeah, I still haven't really done a 2021 goals or anything. I'm just really bad at doing anything other than live streams, apparently. Yes, so I'm also wondering what is wrong with CB's story that is making her lose her mind. Christina says, hello, everyone. Hello. Hannah is here. Hi, how are you? I hope that you are doing well. Also, what temperature is it where you are? Because it's been hovering somewhere between 50 and 60 for the daytime. Where I am. So it's nice. I could go out for a walk. Will I? Don't know. Probably not. I should, but probably not. That's just how I'm just kind of I just want a nap. That's all I want. CB says to Alley Cat, because you don't know what you're doing. You know where you need to get, but every time you read back what you where you end up feeling like it's mediocre. So yeah. I think in that instance, you would want to sort of pick apart whether or not it's the plot, the pacing, or whether or not it's these sentence structures themselves that seem repetitive, or word choices and stuff. And so sort of start to analyze which parts feel mediocre, and then set about editing for those things specifically. So Regina says, hello. How are you? I hope you are doing well. And Ellie Cat says, I've felt that before. If you ever need a break from it so you can figure out what you're doing and work on something else, you could always do that. Yes, absolutely. And B.A. Pascar, hey y'all, if y'all have not watched, B.A. redid his writing space recently. And so I was I was watching all of his things, and he's taking, I got this from Amazon. I'm like, check, okay, add that to the wish list. Oh, I got that from Walmart. Oh, cool. I have one local, so I can do that too. So, yes, so B.A. has redone his writing space, and it's fun. He has a video about it. So, The Shadows Lair says, hey, how are you? And the Megan says, I'm working, the Megan. I don't know why I put the article in front of your name, but apparently you're the Megan. You're working on the beginning paragraph of your novel. It starts with the very end of the digital funeral, but you're thinking you may want to start some other way. Well, the drama in me says, is there a reading of the will that will cause friction in the family? And maybe you want to start there. I don't know. Ellie Vera says, hello. That 50s Iron Guy films. Honestly, you've had a hard time at getting motivated to write your journal. Yeah, so I have been on and off with my journal. And so I have this journal, which I'm trying to complete. I'm like, I've got that much left. But it's kind of hit or miss, and I've had several days this month in particular where I've not written a whole page. I'm just like, I don't even know what to say. The 6th, and sort of other days where I'm so distracted by like other things that I just don't journal. So yeah, I don't know. I have no advice. Today is definitely the 24th because next Sunday is the Royal Rumble. Okay. All right. Good to know that somebody knows what day it is. It's Sunday. Sundays are for being less focused. Yes. Sometimes that feels that way, but at the same time, sometimes Sundays are my most productive days, and I don't know why. So, Fauna, hello. How are you? I hope you are doing well, and welcome, because I do not believe I have seen you before. But I'm also going to change the branding real quick because I want to see what your avatar is. And ooh, fun. What is there a little creature on his head? What creature is that on his head? I'm sorry. It's just like me going, ooh, what is this? Being very distracted. It's going to be one of those days, I feel like, and I'm sorry. I will do my best to keep us on track once we start the writing sprints. So yeah, Ellie Vera says, it's 7 p.m. here and I have done absolutely nothing and hoping to do stuff this live stream. Okay, I'm not the only one. Siwi says, I took a bed of roses and split it into 3, so you're working on the first novel in the trilogy. Gotcha. Okay. That might be why it feels awkward, is because you've taken like the first act and maybe a portion of the second, and you're trying to figure out how to split that into a first, second, and third act in its own right. And that might be why it feels off. Maybe. So Shadows Lair is working on blog posts for today. And okay, so CB says the first one is now called Keep the Faith. Nice. 30 where you are. Okay, 30 degrees. Gotcha. You're going to do some art, says Fauna. Ooh, very nice. Smiley face. And Courtney is here. Hello, rushing home to make the first sprint. No worries. We have not started yet. Megan says, oh, I totally forgot about the reading of the will. So hopefully that will help. Jason wants to know what the Royal Rumble is. And I am assuming, since it's coming from CB, that it is a part of the WWE, the wrestling match. It might be a championship one. I'm not entirely sure. The 50s Iron Guy film says they call it a lazy Sunday for a reason. Yes. Fauna says, I've watched you but never joined in the chat. Okay, well, welcome to the chat. It is a very nice place. So, it's Fauna's art. Ooh, okay, so Fauna drew it. Very nice. That is awesome. And you are very skilled. Okay, and so it's Luna is the creature on the top of the head and the avatar is you. Very cool. That is awesome. I like it. Charlie says, I just finished the first cover for the first book that you're going to publish this year. Oh, exciting. Exciting. That is a creature T-posing with a cat on its head. Yes. And Becca is here. Hello. It's a fox, not a cat. Excellent. The second one is Living on a Prayer. And okay, so keep the faith, Living on a Prayer, and then the third and final is Bed of Roses. Gotcha. Alley Cat is here and is going to be editing. Currently watching a live stream of your cousin talking at church because she's going on a mission soon. Good luck to her with the mission. And once you are done with that, you will start writing. Excellent. Okay. All right. So just to let you know in advance, if you are uncomfortable with insects, the oracle card for today is a dragonfly. So I will pop up a picture of an insect in just a little bit, but let me read you what the dragonfly is supposed to be. If I can remember my alphabet, which I apparently did not do because I started going backwards. There we go. Okay, so the main message for the dragonfly is truth transcends illusion. Okay, so I'm going to be putting up the dragonfly in just a few seconds. So again, if you are uncomfortable with insects, look away in 3, 2, 1. Look away now. Okay, here is the dragonfly. He's very blue and he has a crown. And so again, truth transcends illusion is the message, the main message for the day. So the dragonfly spirit, you can look back now. The dragonfly is no longer on the screen. Dragonfly spirit is here to remind you of the wisdom and truth available in all times in the hidden realms. Just as the dragonfly catches your eye with its reflective wings and body, dragonfly appears to tell you to pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion and recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere, peeking through from behind the veil. In the realm of the spirit, there is far more wisdom than you can perceive with your senses, and there is a deep knowing that you are not alone or separate. Fear dissipates as you realize you are embraced by the nurturing force that is everywhere, always in communication with you. Alighting when you are preoccupied. Oh, well, there you go. Today is apparently the dragonfly day. You exist in unity with all, including the protective spirits who share their wisdom, and you are being nudged along the path that your soul needs to travel to have the experiences it creates, or it craves, excuse me. Pay attention to the signs now. They remind you that each of us have inspired dreams seamlessly sewn into the fabric of the invisible world. It's kind of interesting that we got the spider last time, and now we have, I think that was last time, and now we have the dragonfly spirit, and the message is still talking about stitching together things. So, truth beyond the illusion, revealing secrets, hidden realms. There's so much you could do with that. Like, even if you're just talking about like getting some sort of inspiration from these, like having some sort of hidden realm or hidden information being revealed. Like, do you have an information network that suddenly gives your main character an idea? is your character going to be seeing things through whatever veil it is, whether it's like a dream state that they're seeing things through, whether or not there's an oracle in your story, whether or not there's some sort of shaman that gives you advice type of thing. There's so much just like I love about these cards that are just like, ooh, yeah, I could do this. And so, yeah. But anyway, so that's the card for today, is the Dragonfly Spirit. So there we go. B.A. Pascar says, I don't know what I'm doing today. Same. Tafana loves the dragonflies as well. And the blue, is it Cotel? Show, hello, new here, welcome. We are about to start a new sprint, so you arrived just in time. A new sprint, a first sprint, hello. CB says, I think I'm going to write everything that happens in each book. Yes, create an outline. Becca says, hello to Regina. And dragonflies don't bug me, haha, very punny, yes, but other bugs do. Devin has arrived, yay! It is a beautiful dragonfly, yes, absolutely. Okay. All right, so I think we're going to be using Google Timer just because we're going to try and see if it helps or hinders with the glitches that I've been experiencing. And I also so that I can have a timer to remind me, because last time I just kind of like got into the zone and forgot about y'all. So we won't be doing that again. And Greg Inc. is here. Hello, welcome, just in time. Okay, so we're going to put up the first banner sprint. We're going to share the screen. And I will not share the audio from Google Timer because it is obnoxious. Okay, and I think I'm going to need a warm-up sprint. So we're going to do, let's do 1551 just to get a little bit extra time. Okay. Alrighty. So here are your reminders. 1, if you have been working already this morning, save your document. Do not let the gremlins have your words. Keep them safe. Number 2, make sure that you have something to drink and hydrate with. I currently have water, although I may go make myself some tea during the second sprint. 3, straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back and do a posture check because we tend to hunch. And 4, make sure that if you need to stand up, walk around, take a longer break, or if you need to go to the kitchen and get yourself a snack, please do so. Okay, those are your 4 reminders, and we can now get started in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, that is the end of sprint number 1. How did we do? I spent that time not doing a whole lot of any one thing. I worked in my tracker, sort of catching up to what I had, like my time tracker that I've been trying to use for the last 3 weeks. That I'm not doing great at, but I mean, in some ways it's working, in some ways it's not. But I'm also like, oh yeah, I was supposed to log this yesterday. So I'm not like 100% really good at tracking my time, shall we say. There's probably like a slight clue in my username of the Dawdling writer, just like, I'll do it later. So yeah, so I attempted to catch back up to like all the stuff that I've done this week that I forgot to track. I journaled just like a tiny bit, and then I went into my bullet journal and wrote down some things that are going to be happening next week. So I haven't done a whole lot of anything, and I also still have not decided what's going to be the primary thing that I work on today. It might be Cinderella again, because I still have to edit chapter 6. So yeah. I don't know. I'm still turning over that new idea that I had with the possibility of like, an island, a crater, a volcanic crater island that local legends has it that no one ever returns from, and possibility of pirates. And so like, I'm really, really hoping that it fits into my Project Moon series, but I'm just like, the more I think about it, the more I think it won't. And so I'm trying to, in my head, turn over things to be sort of like where I could maybe smush it into the series, but at the same time, I'm like, it doesn't feel like it fits. And so I'm terrified that this story is going to be a shiny new idea that is going to distract from all the projects that I already have at hand, and can't get done because I'm like, I don't need another one. So yeah, that's kind of where my brain is at. Is like, I'm attempting so hard to avoid this, to avoid outlining this particular project, because I don't think it's going to fit into Project Moon. It could, maybe. I keep going back to this maybe, and then like, I don't know. So Elizabeth S. Craig popped in. Elizabeth Wright pops in, and apparently went skiing today, but so did half of Norway. And the traffic was awful. 3.5 hours on a trip that usually takes 1.5. Ouch. That's a long time. And Divided by Sight is here. Hello, and you are being awesome, and you did a 30-minute workout, and now you are getting hydrated and ready to write. I at least am staying hydrated. I finished my first thing of water that I have over here on the desk, so I will need to refill it. It's not my first water of the day, but what was that? I think that was 6 cups. The end of my 6 cup. I don't know. I think so, but I'm not sure. I'll have to mentally go back and recount, but I'll do that later. So CB is filling out worksheets you made for prepping for NaNoWriMo events. This needs to be done by hand. Yeah, that way you can move things around for sure. Alley Cat is back. Excellent. Didn't get any words, but you enjoyed the live video and got distracted by another video afterwards. Yes. The Blue Cotel Show says, I finished the Twitter end of your social media calendar. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. I need to make a calendar like that, but I just have not. BA did some work in Campfire Pro. Ooh, very nice. Becca reviewed the outline for your next project, trying to get yourself into the right headspace. Shadow's Lair completed the post and now to make the images in Canva. I love Canva. Canva is just so good. Charlie chatted with some people and reread what you had written. Very nice. Elizabeth scheduled some social media. Apparently, Sundays are for scheduling things, which, you know, kind of makes sense. It's like, feels like the end of one week, beginning of another, and you're sort of like looking ahead to the work week. Like, I need all these things done. Plus, since it's nearing the end of the month, people are thinking about next month. So Tessa is trying to some corrections for beta reader list that you are still updating. It's still on reader 1. Excellent. Jason says trying to think of cameras that detect other things like heat and mass. So the heat would be infrared cameras, and then you have like night vision cameras that I'm trying to think which wavelengths they sort of like. I'm not sure if that would be gamma. I don't think it's gamma. The best example of, I still go back to one of my favorite scenes with a infrared camera is from the movie Tremors with Kevin Bacon. And so is it Tremors 1 or Tremors 2? I want to say Tremors 2, where, spoilers, the creatures have mutated and they're now like tiny, but they have legs. And so they have to cover one of the characters in the movie with foam and lower them into the warehouse that has the truck. And that's how they avoid the infrared sensing things. Yeah, anyway, it's fun. If you have not seen the Tremors franchise, I highly recommend it. It's a laugh, for sure. Christina got 401 words. Very nice. Megan brainstormed ideas for first sentences. Nothing great so far. Keep working now. Keep working. Fauna says, I finished the tracing and started to add details. Very nice. Devin says, I updated the playlist. Jules' streams for next week have been added. Thank you very much, Devin. You are amazing. Greg says, I'm editing your chapter 2. It's a difficult chapter. You got about 1 page done during the first sprint. It's a warm-up. Yes, first sprint is always a warm-up. Always. Ellie Vera says, I printed some planner pages for the week ahead. Very nice. And Tessa says, hello to Greg. CB says, I got the cover sheet and the first mind map done. Need to do character profiles. However, I will print several copies and that can't happen until you change your printer's ink. Yes. So speaking of maps, I watched Austin Kay's where she rolls her D&D dice over an 8.5 by 11 copy paper sheet. And so each shaped die, like the 20-sided die versus the 12-sided die, represents something else. Like a river, a lake, a pond, a mountain, or a plains, or a city, or something like that. And so she just kind of lets them all drop on the paper, and then she labels them and makes her map from there. So it's more of like a Discovery Writer's map. It's very cool. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Also, I think there is a way to do it with just a 4-sided die if you like assign 4-sided die. Why did I say that? 6-sided die, like a normal dice, so that each number represents like a water feature or a land feature. And so then just like wherever you land, you roll it, and wherever it lands on the paper plus is where that feature is located, but the number showing would be, yeah. Anyway, if you watch her video, I'm sure it will make much more sense than what I am attempting to say. Okay. All right, there's a lot more chat because I keep forgetting how how many people come on Sunday. And so I'm like, oh yeah, it's like the normal day. So let me run through these real quick, and then we will get back to a Pomodoro length or slightly longer because I need to go make tea sprint. So the Blue Cotel says, I only do yours once a month and you dread it. Yeah. Yeah. $3.95, and you ate some blackberries. Ooh, blackberries are so good. Also, I once had, this is just me being extremely distracted today. I apologize, y'all. If you have never tried boysenberry syrup, it is amazing. So we had blackberry syrup and we had boysenberry syrup once upon a time. I don't remember what brand they were because it was when I was a kid. But boysenberry syrup was my favorite. And I think it rivals maple syrup. I'm just going to say that. So, hellos all around. Fauna says, I'm drawing a character from your story and you don't really have a name for them yet. Same. I have so many characters that I do not have names for. Jen says, you're writing and cleaning, so you'll be in and out. Perfect. Okay, the character's name is Kimiko Miyu. Oh, very nice. I like it. But Kimiko seems more like a first name. And so does Miyu. So is it two first names? Does the character not have a more familiar? I'm not sure, but maybe my brain is telling me something different. Jason says, my first thought was the helmet that the hacksmith made based on the Predator helmet. Ooh. I think, yeah, I know, right? But it's such a good movie. It's such a good movie. The 50s Iron Guy film says, writing a story with narration, and you're trying to write the narration first so it blends with the scenes that you're describing. Gotcha. Some cameras detect the UV, which shows interesting things. Some things glow in the UV, like quinine in a bottle of Schweppes. Flower petals can reveal landing strips for bees in the UV. Ooh, that is cool. I have seen that before. Okay, so Kimiko is a first name, yes. Don't have a name for the story. Gotcha. Okay. Thanks to certain deleted scenes in in-game, you want to try goji berries. Miyu is the last name. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, okay. Sorry, my brain was doing the backwards thing. Okay. All right, let's do a second sprint. And since I need to go make tea, which will take an additional 3 minutes, I think I'm going to set us up for a 30-minute. That way you have time for a break. Reset. Nope, this one. So just know that this sprint is going to be a little bit longer. No, I don't need 3 hours. That will make Devin way too happy. Okay, here we go. Okay, so 30 minutes. This will give us time for stretch break, snack break, water, tea, whatever. So don't forget to hydrate. Make sure you are hydrating. So again, save your documents. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And make sure that you need to, that if you need, I saw Devin's comment, if you need a break or a snack, go get one. So those are your 4 reminders. And we will go ahead and get started. Again, if this is too long for you, please make sure you take a break. Here we go, 30 minutes in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How are we doing? I have now edited 457 words. So that was much better. I feel like I finally got started. A good bit of this, though, was redrafting, not just editing. Sort of filling in the gaps that I had left for myself. That whole like, oh, I'll do this later mentality leaves yourself a lot of plot holes that you then have to go back and fix. So, maybe not the best way to write. But I did successfully get myself some tea. Made some Earl Grey. It's one of my top favorites. So made some Earl Grey. I have consumed a little bit of it. It is now sort of cooling to the right temperature for actual drinking. So yes. So let's see how everybody is doing. So Blue Hotel is doing some sprints at 10 a.m. Usually, so which day is this? Is this all weekdays? Tuesdays, okay. Tuesdays, 10 a.m. Cool. Excellent. Usually runs for 3 to 4 hours, not 34, although that would make Devin happy. So it's the first public one you've done in quite some time. You've got this. There will be plenty of people to see it. So Jen says, I'll be at work, but I will make sure to check it out on my phone. Excellent. Stop Motion Life is back. You took a shower and got some tea. Hey, tea twins. And okay, so Tessa says, more corrections of minor stuff. You haven't started anything that needs a major rewrite just yet. Yay! Heather is here. How are you? Hope you're doing well. And Alley Cat, ate lunch and edited 281 words. You're going to be playing a game with your brother now. Excellent. What kind of game? Or which video game, I suppose I should say, because I know you play video games. So Elizabeth got started on taxes. Well, you're doing it very early, which is good for you. CB says 3 boxes to go on the second mind map. Excellent. Jason got 91 words with some formatting. Excellent. Megan, I got distracted and somehow ended up browsing the Metropolitan Museum of Art's collection, although that is not a bad thing. You can count that as research as far as I'm concerned. I also fell down a research video rabbit hole the other night, and they were looking at rock gongs. And so you would have like a hammer made of either rock or wood, but they had some examples of rocks that were nearby. And it was kind of fascinating at the same, it was weird, but fascinating. Greg edited another page. Excellent. Jen says, ew, to taxes. So Greg edited a second page, or at least a second page. And Elizabeth writes, says, Frisbee with the dog, then got comfortable in bed and watched a video, so no words. That is perfectly fine if you need a relaxation Sunday. Luke Hotel says, working on Insta stories now. You're getting your social media game up. Devin says, I added Blue's stream to Tuesday's playlist. Yay! Fauna finished coloring the outfit minus the sleeves. Excellent. Courtney got a whole whopping 921. Nice. Now it's time to switch to reading. What are you reading tonight, Courtney? Elvira says, I have been preparing food and cutting your printed planners down to A5 size, inconvenient but strangely relaxing. And then Courtney says, or maybe I'll make food. Very nice. And Devin with the link to Blue's channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will make sure that I am subscribed during the next sprint. CB says, second mind map done. I am going for my bath. Very nice. Jason made the camera, basically multiple cameras taped together. Nice. That way you can have the same thing but switch between monitor views. Heather says, I'm not sure how long I'm staying because it's the weekend and you just got back from errands, so family time will start soon. That's perfectly fine. Jen doesn't want to think about taxes yet. CB says, I don't need to do taxes because you're unemployable and it's not necessary for people in your position. Slight bonus, I guess. BA says, more work in Campfire Pro. You just recently got it back after your computer crashed back in October and had to reset to factory settings. Oh no. Oh no. Were you able to at least recover some of your writing? I hope. Fauna says, I haven't even drawn the sleeves yet. Oh no. Well, we will go back into another sprint soon, so there we go. Christina says, got so into my story I didn't realize we had returned. That is the best. Yes, need some relaxation, but you have to quickly make some school assignments ready for tomorrow. They're going to be so difficult. Yes. Sleeves. Or taxes. One or the other. Could be both. Taxes are taxing. Exactly. Exactly. All right. So we are now to the bottom of the chat. Would you like to do a 20-minute a 25-minute Pomodoro, or would you like to continue with the 30-minute sprint? Up to y'all. What would you like to do? Of course, now that I have another giant jug of water or of tea, I might have to disappear to the restroom again. Because that's what staying hydrated does. Fauna votes for 25. So does Megan, and so does Elizabeth. All right, we will do a 25 then. Which means I gotta make it small. Okay. Cool. 25-minute timer. This will be Pomodoro length. So here are your reminders. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with, water, tea, whatever your beverage of choice is. If you are of age and inclined, alcoholic beverages work as well. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back. Make sure that you are doing a posture check every once in a while because we do tend to hunch over our notebooks and our laptops. 4, if you need a longer break, or if you need to go get a snack, please make sure you do so because food and stretching and circulation, all that kind of stuff, helps your brain, which will help your writing. Those are your 4 reminders, and we will get started in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, that is the end of that sprint. Where am I now? I am now up to 1,109 words. Again, still drafting and editing as I go. It's more of like second draft, I guess. I don't know. But I'm making progress, so that is good. Making progress, connecting the dots, make more sense. Yeah. So CB was headed off for a bath. BA says, when the computer crashed in October, you were on the phone with Apple from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Needless to say, you called into work that day. Yeah, I'm sure you did. Heather is going to be checking out some of the contributions to the Orla Hart AuthorTube and AuthorTube audiobook anthology, which is on Orla Hart's channel. And Heather has a story in there, and then I have also provided the link for Orla Hart's channel. And Elizabeth says, more tax work on my end, but you did make a good deal of progress. Yay! Yes, it is a lot of words. So I think that was only about like 600 and some that time. Somewhere between 600 and 700 that time. But that is still a really good sprint. Really good. So all told, I'm up to 1,100 or so. Blue Hotel says, I finished my calendar. Yay! Only took 3 hours. Yeah, but at least it's ready, right? So you have all of your social media scheduled for Twitter, Instagram, all the fun stuff, which is awesome. Tessa says, lots of little details. That was a very detailed beta reader. Very nice. I was sarcasm. Yeah. Sarcasm in writing doesn't always come across, but yeah. Only took 3 hours. There we go. Much better. Olivia says, I've heard of people drafting and editing as they go, but has anyone done plotting and drafting as they go? You feel like I think that's what other people refer to as discovery writing a lot of times, because you are sort of headed in a direction. You're like, okay, you're thinking of things like maybe 2 to 3 steps ahead, and then you work towards that, and then you have an idea branch off, and you'll go sort of like plan like 2 to 3 steps down that path. So I think that's kind of discovery writing, and that's in a lot of ways what I do is because I don't plan like super, super far ahead, because when I do, I get bored and I'm like, I don't feel like writing this anymore, which is my problem, very much my problem. But that's kind of how I do. Okay, so the Shadow's Lair finished the blog and is about to start your stream. Awesome. So we will have another option for Stream Hoppers United. So Courtney says, got about 20 pages of reading done. Now some time to work on business things. Greg got more editing and added about 84 words. Very nice. Elvira says, I finished cutting down your planner pages while watching some booktubers. Excellent. Who is your favorite booktuber? I want to say my favorite booktuber is probably Bookish Realm. Admittedly, though, I have not found like a great deal of booktube channels because I'm more into the authortube channels, but I think Bookish Realm is probably my favorite of the ones that I know. See, Jen Mooney says 646 that time. You're a couple of chapters away from finishing the book. Oh, so close. That's exciting. And Elizabeth says, working on the assignments, one more and you think you got it. Excellent. Megan says, I worked on coming up with metaphors for grief. Yeah. There's, I always tend to go with, I think for emotions, I tend to go with water. And so you can have like an excess of water, you can have like a drowning, you can have being swept away, a bubbling up, but you can also have like a lack of water, so a dearth. So there's like a crack or a void, and like all the emotions have drained out, and type that kind of thing. So I always find that water works very well for emotional metaphors for me personally. Christina got 2 words, got a little distracted, but hey, those 2 words are there. It's progress. Devin updated today's playlist. So many people are streaming or will be streaming this afternoon. Yeah, I think there are more people that have noticed that Sundays sometimes have a dearth of streams to attend. And so people are filling in the gaps. But I also think it's nearing the end of the month and people are like, I haven't finished my writing yet. So there's always that. Okay, so Ellie says, I'm definitely like that. If I plot too much, you get bored and think that your story has ended and nothing else needs to be done. Yeah, so I have like full detailed outlines for stories that were highly entertaining to me as I was outlining them. And then as soon as I outlined the end and I knew how the story was going to end, I was bored. I saw no point whatsoever in writing it. So I just cannot, I will not allow myself to outline the end of things, because if I do, I won't write it. It's weird, right? It's very weird. Yes, love Devin's playlist. Please subscribe to Devin's channel. Yes, I second that. So Ellie Veer says, I don't really have a favorite. I just watched whoever pops up in your feed. You do have a few favorite book podcasters. Ooh, Ink Feather podcast is your favorite so far. You always like the books that she recommends. Nice. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Ink Feather podcast. Because I have a list of podcasts that I would like to catch up with the episodes that are out this year. Like, that's one of my goals, is to like knock some of the playlists off my list of things to listen to. But I'm always happy to add more to my list. Always. So yes, there is the playlist bit.ly link, which is awesome. Thank you very much again, Devin. Let's go ahead and do a 4th sprint. A sprinty sprint. I'm going to go ahead and say we're just going to do another 25 minute. And just Pomodoro the heck out of this. So that's what we're going to be doing. So, reminders. 1, save your document, because I have not saved mine in a sprint. So, 'tis now saved. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with. I am about halfway done with my tea, so I'm doing good. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back, do a posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, because we have been here for a little bit, make sure you take one. Or if you need a snack from the kitchen, make sure you get one. Okay, those are all your reminders, and we are now ready to go in. Let's make it bigger. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, that is the end of the 4th writing sprint. How'd you do? I finished editing chapter 6. There was not a great deal more to do. I added a couple of things in the last paragraph. And so chapter 6 wound up being 1484 words. And then I got started on chapter 7, which I just had kind of like a vague idea of what I wanted to do. So I'm mainly doing first drafting at this point. And I got 343 words for chapter 7. So yeah. So I'm also introducing a new character who is sort of like the young scamp who is going to be helping run messages, but also helping get into places that maybe they shouldn't be in. In fact, they definitely shouldn't be in. So, and his name at the moment is just Trouble, because he got into a whole bunch of trouble. And the older merchants would always sort of help him out because they didn't want him turning to burglary. So yeah. So Trouble has now met up with Cinderella, and they are following Stepmother as she is headed to either the information merchant or the hitman. So they are following her and trying to figure out which one she's going to, hoping that she's maybe headed to meet the hitman, so that they can figure out where the hitman is, who he is, and sort of begin to craft some more in-depth plans based on the information that they gain from spying on Stepmother. So that's where we're at. So I'm enjoying it. Trouble has an accent, so I'm trying to figure out just how many apostrophes I want to use, how many words I want to mess up the spelling on, that kind of stuff. And so I'm doing the zero draft where most of his words have dropped the G. So asking becomes askin. U has become YA. So yeah. And then like got A became gotta. So it's approaching a Southern accent, I guess. But also just kind of like they're easy things to sort of like drop the G. And so things like that. So I'm trying not to make it like massively annoying to read, which is always like there's a fine line between having an accent and making it hard to read. And so I'm trying to walk that line. So okay, so Devin says there are 7 streams happening right now, and another is starting in a few minutes, and more are coming at the top of the hour. So Devin says, I will not be able to say I am everywhere. So goodness gracious. Yes, that is a lot of streams going on right now. So Devin, let me highlight where you're placed. Here we go. So Devin has put the playlist in the chat over on YouTube, and I can always copy it over to the Twitch side as well. But that's the playlist for the writing streams. So yeah. And Inkstace over on Twitch is sliding in. So thank you very much. And QWERTY is also going to be doing a pop-up. Oh no, there's so many. Tessa ended up taking that sprint to eat. Good. Fuel your brain. Absolutely. Stay hydrated. Stay fed. Okay, and there we are. Okay, so Blue Cotel says, I returned just in time. Excellent. Megan was distracted, so you didn't accomplish much that sprint. You're working on developing metaphors for grief. Did I already do these? Was that? Okay. Oh, okay. So you're still working on it. Okay. You were starting to do it last time. Working on it now. So Angst says, I finished 1,160 words. 1,100? No. 1,160. Yeah. Before dropping in, and then you've been goofing off since. Numbers are weird. Sorry, that's just like my brain did not compute that. No, you're fine. You are perfectly fine. I am just trying out different streams, and so it's perfectly fine. CB says, I started putting the plan together on a spreadsheet. The hardest part will be putting the chapters in order. I mean, if you've added bookmarks or headings, if you're in Word, or I mean, if you're using Scrivener, that should be pretty easy. But in Word, using the headings helps rearrange things. So Courtney got another 925. Nice, Courtney, you are killing it. All of your POV characters are finally meeting, and you're so excited. Ooh, that's exciting. It's exciting. Greg says, the more I edit, the longer this chapter gets. Yes, that is what I do. Every time I edit, it just grows. Every time I edit, it just grows in length. I edited for chapter 6. I started with 970 words, and I ended up with 1484. So I just like added it close to 500 so or something like that. It's just like I'm always adding. Always. You foresee your proofreader talking about splitting this chapter into 2. Greg, do you have like a general word count you aim for each chapter? Essentially the way that I write, I know that if I've gone over, like, I aim for the max being around 2K to maybe 2,500. Like at the base, because I know if I get longer than that, I'm generally just kind of rambling. So Christina says 655. Nice. B.A. Pascar made a to-do list for work tomorrow. Excellent. Getting ready for the work week. Ellie Vera says, I'm about to finish my weekly review and you are now cooking dinner. Ooh, nice. Splitting the movies into 3 parts. Yes. Okay. And you're using Pages and Google Docs. I think Google Docs, their headings work the same way that Word does. So if you have the styles setting where you can do headings and then subheadings, I think those essentially create bookmarks, and you can use that to collapse them and then rearrange. I'm not sure about Pages though. Ellie Vera says, happy to see everyone pushing out all the words. Yes, absolutely. There were 8 streams for a few moments, but then one ended. You're now back to 7. Still a lot. Okay, so it is essentially 4:40. So that leaves us 20 minutes till the top of the hour. So I think what I will do is I will set up a 15-minute sprint. I forgot. I've got to make it small in order to do it. 15. And then we will have a few minutes at the end to say goodbye and say what our total word count and stuff was. So, okay, so 15 minutes. So this will be the 5th sprint. Writing sprint time. Okay, so your reminders. 1, save your document. Do not lose those words as I follow my own advice. 2, make sure you are staying hydrated. I have like maybe 2 inches of tea left, so I will finish that this sprint. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back, do a posture check. 4, make sure that you are taking breaks if you need one, and if you need to go get a snack from the kitchen, please do so. Okay, those are your reminders. We can now, and hello Alexis, how are you? I'm doing well. I am drafting chapter 7, which is exciting. So I've done the reminders, and we can now start in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, so I just found a problem with my timeline. I think I can rearrange things to make it work, and I think I can fix it relatively easily. I think it will still work. I'm hoping. Okay, so I essentially spent that time kind of contemplating that problem and how to fix it. So I think maybe I've written like maybe 100 words. Yeah, probably somewhere along the lines of 100 words. I'm trying to figure out, because I'd written notes and sort of like an outline for what would happen in essentially up through chapter 12 and 13. Some sparse notes here and there about things that I wanted to happen. And I had kind of forgotten about when I wanted things to happen between chapter 4 and 6. And so I started going ahead and writing them. And so they make sense as I've written them. But I had kind of forgotten some events that I wanted to put in. So now I'm faced with, do I go back and do I rewrite 5 and 6? Or do I rearrange things to where the events will then make sense happening between chapter 7 and 8? So I don't know. So I'm contemplating things. So I'm going to have to take some time to sort of brainstorm and think that out. But yeah, so. Okay, Greg says, no particular aim, but the first chapter was 7,000 words and the second is now over 10,000. Ooh, those are some long chapters. Nothing against long chapters, though, because long chapters can be very fun. Ellie Vera says, I'm about to have my dinner, so thanks, Jules, for the stream. You're welcome. I'm glad you joined us. That's where I said, oh, now I have a problem. And CB says, does anyone know if there's going to be a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? I do not know the answer to this. The Blue Cotel says 437 words. I should probably figure out what I did total for the stream. Did I hit my 2K? Is the question. Ooh, I'm at 1934, so I have about 70 words I need to write to hit my 2K for the day. So Tessa is going to be streaming immediately after me on YouTube. So if you need someone to go to immediately after, Tessa will be streaming. And Devin's playlist, let me put that in. Or also save your documents. Go ahead and save it. Just save it. Devin's playlists. Okay, here we go. So there are Devin's playlists on YouTube. Latricia, you're welcome. It's what's the best thing to do for writer's block? I think just sort of switching the medium that you're writing on helps a good deal for me. So switching from a blank digital page to a blank journal page or even copy paper, lined paper, whatever it is. I tend to, when I have writer's block, I tend to grab a pen and paper rather than digital, because I find that my brain stutters a little bit more and is more easily distracted when I have a digital blank screen than when I have a physical, because I can always doodle on the page and then it's no longer so blank and scary. I was watching, who was I watching yesterday? Lauren Server. There was a live stream yesterday that was talking about some of the bad advice that is floating around AuthorTube, and it's not necessarily bad, it's just kind of like the extremes, like always do this or never do this. And one of the points that was made during that live stream was that a lot of times what we feel like is writer's block is actually editing brain turning on when you should be ignoring it. So you may want to, if you feel like your editing is like, oh, this isn't perfect, I can't get it right, I can't get the exact word I want. If you feel like that's what's stopping you, do your best to turn off editing mode and just zero draft whatever it is you're facing. So that might help. Working on paper might help. There are times when I feel like sometimes even the format that you're writing in can, if you switch that up, sometimes you can get out of the funk. So one of the things that I did was in high school when all I was doing was essays, and we had to do a critical analysis of something, of a particular type of poem. And the only thing I could think of was like, I want to critique this, but I want to do it in poet form, in poem form. So I did the critique in the form of this particular poem that we were writing. So it was a fun exercise. So just trying something with the form, with the medium, so something like that. Or sprints really help me, because I'm like, I'm only going to focus on this one thing for 10 to 15 minutes, just that. And so sometimes that helps. I hope you get maybe an idea out of all those options. Maybe, hopefully. Courtney got 5,061 words for the day. Wowza. Courtney, you are amazing. That is awesome. That is fantastic. Yes. Okay. So there is Devin's playlist on YouTube and on Twitch. Steve got 149. Excellent. That is awesome. Yes, take a break sometimes helps too, for sure. Megan says, I think I found my opening line. Yay! That is awesome. That is great. And Alicat says, sorry if I didn't answer before, but you're playing Brawlhalla. That sounds fun. Okay, so I think that is going to be it for me today. I am here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern, and then Sundays 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern. So I will be around. Hopefully then, I don't know. I'm also, like, I was just this morning thinking about, like, I wonder if I should do like a night owl tries to become an early bird. You know, probably not the 5 a.m. club, if I'm being honest. But I don't know. I'm such a night owl that just really is not necessarily like a huge thing that I would. I don't know. Maybe I should try it. Maybe I shouldn't, but I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not going to happen in this next week. So yeah, but I will be here at my usual times this next week, which reminds me I need to go finish tagging those on the YouTube side. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you got something done, whether it was something creative, something productive, or just relaxing. I hope that you enjoyed the day, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And I will see y'all sometime soon. Bye.